Hello, my little piggies. Welcome back to I Am a Bit of an Expert, a Peppa Pig podcast. I'm your host, Josh Chapman, and joining me on this non-rainy day, at least where I am, is the other half of the show, Matt Frost. How you doing, mate?
Evening, Josh. How are you?
Good. No thunderstorms where I am here in Melbourne. We're a clear night. I don't know over your neck of the woods.
It's a bit stormy a few days ago, but
Okay.
It's
Nothing.
clear tonight, though.
The roof is still standing.
Yes.
Last I checked. And then you're just waiting for the lightning to cue in the background. So today we're on Thunderstorm. So we're coming off the highs of ballet lesson last week, where we basically just gushed about how much we loved that episode. And this is certainly a good little episode as well. What goes down in Thunderstorm, Matt?
Look, I'd say that this is right up there with the last episode.
Are we in a pig connaissance? A pig connaissance at the moment? Is this it doesn't quite work as well as the reconnaissance, does it? But
instead of a purple patch, we're in a pink patch.
We're in a pink patch.
Yeah.
We're in a pepper pink patch.
Yeah. This is a very basic story again, but really well done. The kids are having a picnic with their toys down the bottom of the hill at their house. I assume still in their yard, and it starts to get a bit dark and thundery, and family hijinks ensue. So
The first thing I noticed with this episode, they sort of go out for the picnic, and Peppa does this little move where she's got the teapot and Teddy and the picnic rug, and she kind of throws them, and they all magically land in this perfect, pre-set up picnic there. I thought that was quite a sweet little move that she pulled just there.
I thought it was awesome. Soraya actually saw that and like really picked holes in it. I
think you say that she went and picked up a blanket and threw some crockery and some biscuits and threw it across the lounge room or something.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, is that right? That couldn't happen, could it?" Like
these physics are all off, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah, she's one of those edgy fans, just
poking holes and everything. Yeah, it's quite a good move. So she sort of throws it. I've actually got it in front of me here. I'm actually trying to just do a frame by frame. That she throws it out, make it quite a nice little little gif actually. That she throws the blanket, and even the biscuits land on the plate perfectly. But she still does have to pour the juice or whatever's in the teapot, so that doesn't kind of magically happen. So it's we're not going to suspend disbelief too much. But so they're having a lovely time, little picnic there, and all of a sudden the sky goes very grey very quickly.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the music in this episode is excellent.
I was going to say that the sound effects are really good. The music, yeah.
The music's good, the sound effects are good, and the lighting effects and the dark cloud effects and the getting darker. It's all good. It's really good stuff.
That sky goes black, doesn't it? It's like it's like the last third of Ghostbusters. The sky goes so dark. It's like Zool is about to appear and wreak havoc on New York City, but.
You know what would happen if we were Ghostbusters, Josh, and we had to picture the most harmless, safest thing we possibly could. There'd be an enormous daddy pig coming down there.
Stomping, crushing
laying
buildings.
waste to Manhattan. Yeah.
I don't think I could put it upon myself to have to destroy a giant daddy pig. Would be... That busting would not make me feel good.
No.
Tackling all the big issues here. This is why people want to listen to this podcast, because we really tackle the big issues. So the sky goes dark. The clouds roll in. It goes very dark, and they're all sort of ominously looking out the windows. And it looks like they've gone. They sort of walk in the front door here. I was trying to get a later thing because they walk in the front door, but it looks like that they're upstairs in the kids' room that they're watching from. So they're on the second floor.
Oh, I didn't pick that up. Yeah.
Yeah, because they've got the kids' pictures on the walls and things. Because I just thought Daddy Pig just sort of walks in the front door, but then the cut's a bit weird where he...
Yeah, because when he turns around and goes at it, it doesn't look like he's.
It looks like he's going out the front
does.
door, but then no. But then it looks like that he's actually. But the funny thing is, though, I guess they have to be on the second floor because the roof starts to leak.
Yes, and we're sort of probably jumping ahead a little bit plot wise, but Mummy.
Oh yes, of course.
Asks for a toy check, and George has Mr. Dinosaur, no worries, but Pepper realises with quite some horror that she's left Teddy out there, back down on the picnic grounds. So
now, I think Mr. Dinosaur would be more better equipped to survive a thunderstorm. I think. Is he plastic, Mr. Dinosaur? I kind of assumed he was.
I thought he was a plushie, but you might be right.
Well, because he's lost his tail before, and they kind of snap it back on. So I always kind of felt that he must have been a plastic dinosaur. And he goes in the bath. So I was always under the impression that he was more waterproof and plastic, but I could be wrong. Maybe I was going to say maybe I'm overthinking it, but there's no such thing as overthinking it on this podcast. Hey, this is what this is all about. This is what we're here for.
Yeah, it's too late for that now, Josh.
Yes. That horse is well and truly bolted on the overthinking it. So Teddy has been left out in the rain, and it hasn't quite rained yet. There's a bit of thunder and things. So Daddy Pig pulls some classic Daddy Pig moves.
Yeah, he does. He's pretty insistent that he knows exactly when it's going to start raining, and he
struts out the door. He struts out that door.
Yeah.
Like he's walking down the street with a paint can in his hand, listening to the Bee Gees. Like he's like he knows by the way he moves his. I've got the words all wrong. He's a woman's man, no time to talk. Yeah. If I could only remember that would have been much more effective. But yes, he struts down that street like Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. Finds Teddy, picks him up, and then down comes the rain.
Oh, he ponders aloud to himself how smart he is too. First,
he does. I'll just take a moment to check how clever I am, as you do.
Yeah, and so he gets quite a drenching because it's quite a torrential downpour.
Yeah, absolutely, buckets down, just out of nowhere. So they get Teddy inside, and they give Teddy a little bit of a pat down with a towel, although. Feels like Teddy probably needs to be chucked on the heater or something, or put in the dryer, or
quite a bit of fuss is being made about Teddy at this point. Sort of sort of taking away from the fact that Daddy may have early stage hypothermia. But,
he's sort of staying in the corner freezing. But he does sort of give a little bit of what about me, and then it takes 3 people with a towel each to pat him dry.
Yeah, it's a team effort.
And then Daddy gets all dry, and then we get to the leaking roof. Now, as a person who is a civil engineer, as we've established that Daddy Pig is, I'm a little concerned that the house he lives in has a leaky roof the first time basically a little bit of rain hits it.
Nah, look, I
might get my concretes and my buildings mixed up here.
Yeah, you possibly are. I think
you're the Sparky. You're the man who works on real buildings and construction and things. They look at me. I've got no idea. These soft hands. They haven't worked a day of labour in their life.
Generally, being a civil engineer, have we worked out if he's a civil engineer or an architect? But look, it's probably just a loose shingle or two. So, but he's not overly miffed by it. He just gets
no, he doesn't. I sort of feel like if this episode had come a few more seasons in, Daddy Pig probably would be scaling the roof trying to fix that loose shingle, and getting himself struck by lightning or something along those lines.
Start a petition to remake Thunderstorm and get him.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll put him in there with the Game of Thrones people.
Yeah. So they end up with a couple of leaks. He puts down some pots, and then the kids are getting a bit frightened by this stage, and they do the time-honoured method of counting in between the flash of the lightning and the thunder to see if the lightning's getting closer, and is getting further apart. I was a bit disappointed that they just did counting and not one hippopotamus, two hippopotamus. Did you do anything in between?
No, don't think so. I mean, it's quite funny because the lights go out, so it does sort of go up a notch, doesn't it? So it looks like it would be pretty dark in the house. They do look, suitably freaked, those kids, when it happens. I was like one. As kids, you always hear like one Mr. Zippy and things like that, but I think obviously that's a bit more of an American thing. But is that the usual? Is that the sort of measure of time? Is that at your house?
Yeah, I think it's elephants actually. One elephant, two elephants.
Is this a sort of I'm going to count to 10 before Daddy loses his rag? One elephant, two elephant.
Yeah.
Is this the context we're sort of talking about?
No, I think it's probably more like one pale ale, two pale ale.
Yeah.
Three.
Just go to bed. Just eat your dinner and go to bed. Yeah, so they do. They basically count. They count down the sort of the spacings between the lightning, and they ride it out. The storm passes. I mean, they wouldn't have to worry about flooding since they're on top of a bloody big hill.
No, and yeah, speaking as someone who lives on top of a bloody big hill, it's not a huge concern.
And of course, once you've got the rain, the byproduct of all of that makes everybody happy, of course, is muddy puddles.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't see it coming this time. I'm not sure. I was just so much enjoying the drama of the storm. But
you
we
didn't see a muddy puddle shoehorn in there anywhere.
But it came, and it was.
It feels like it's been a few episodes since they've done that. Actually,
yeah.
Done the. I think earlier on that was sort of the feather in the hat, or the thing they kind of hung the narrative on a little bit, was sort of coming back around to the muddy puddles. But I think if you're going to have an episode where you're going to end up with a lot of water on the ground, you can't pass up an opportunity to have a few muddy puddles going.
Yeah, I think I guess that they've got to come back to their touchstone every now and again, and
just remind us all what we're doing here.
Yeah, we need a show that touches on our key themes. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So a fun little episode actually. Again, I feel like if it was one that if this theme had come in later episodes, there'd be a bit more mishaps. Daddy Pig would have been on the roof,
surely
slid off the roof into the mud, or some sort of electrocutions and things. But they balance it quite well. It's actually quite a real. I don't know. Do your kids get sort of freaked out by thunderstorms? I don't think our girls ever do. I think they're pretty indifferent to them.
They normally get Sarai.
They're normally asleep, actually.
Yeah, she normally gets pretty excited. It's pretty keen for them, but every now and again, I don't know why it is particularly. I don't know whether it's because we're in the hills or whatever. We do actually get some pretty almighty cracks sometimes, and sometimes one will sort of, like in this episode, just sort of just cut through the fun a bit. And
one minute you're having fun, minute you're having fun, and then patting down Daddy Pig and getting buckets out. The next minute you're shivering in the dark.
Yeah, and we've got a border collie which gets a bit freaked out. So, yeah, she and that's sort of pretty good for the kids.
Hopefully Danny Dog was okay during this.
Yeah.
We don't want to go around to their house where he's just absolutely going mental inside.
Him and his parents are all under the beds. So,
great. Any closing thoughts on this one, mate? Before we send it home.
No, main closing thought is I thought the animation and the music and sound effects and stuff was quite exceptional on this one. So,
yeah, a very good little one. So. Thanks for everybody for listening. You can catch us at Peppa Pig Pod on the socials. Keep downloading. The download numbers are looking great. Send us a message, drop us a line if you feel like you want to interact. We're usually pretty good on there. And we'll be back next week with cleaning the car, is what you do after a thunderstorm, I guess. Yeah, so
continuity.
We love that. Thanks a lot, mate.
Thank you, Josh. And good night, my little piggies.
Yeah,
We're playing a tune and we're singing a song with a bang and a bong and a bang. Bong, bang, boo, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong, bangly, bongly, boo. Bong, bing, boo, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong, bangly, bongly, boo.